one day I'm going to be famous.
What's going on, my guy?
What's going on, G?
Same thing, man.
Happy New Year to you. It's been a little
minute
days,
since the last time, right?
A couple days.
It's all good. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too.
Since we actually went, I'll chit chat with you, but it's been a little minute.
It's all good, man. We about to get into it for sure.
That's what's up. What we doing today, brother?
Man, man, this is my favorite time of the year, man. Holidays over. There's a lot of stuff going on in sports, man. Matter of fact, this year in general, man, it's been hot topics all popping up, man. So we gonna get right into it, man. Quarter one, we flowing right into it like we always do. So, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the CLTure Cartel, man. It's your boy Prez.
I'm Lil Tay, you know how I do.
Man, tune in to us all the time, man. You can catch us at CLTure Cartel on YouTube. You can catch us on Brilliant Girl Link Up. That's what. So how she put the acronym? Is it BGU Visions or something? We gonna send y'all a link on that too. And follow us on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's presidential on Instagram, PRZIDNTL.
And I'm ALILTAEJ, A Lil Tay J on IG.
And you can definitely still catch that page, CLTure Cartel on IG is too. You feel me? So
CLT.
Gotta spell it right. You know what I mean? That's for sure. All right, man. So. Look, the landscape of the NBA right now, I'm going to get right into it because it's heavy. You know what I'm saying? We about to come up on the trade deadline.
Facts.
We got the All-Star. It's about midway through the season, man. So tell me what you're feeling like. What's going on with the landscape right now?
It's a lot of little surprises going on. Like the young boys, the young teams, they're definitely, it's changing. You know what I'm saying? Like OKC looking real good.
Yeah, man, I'm actually surprised, man. We got some young teams out there that's bubbling. Man, shout out to the boy Shea. Shout out to Anthony Edwards for sure.
De'Aaron Fox still.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna leave nobody off the list. There's actually so many young boys. Jalen Brunson, man, they've been balling. They've been hooping. So it's actually kind of weird to see that you got some of these powerhouses like, the Lakers still. You got Golden State. Miami done dropped off really heavy in the East. So it seems like it's like a changing of the guard possibly right now. Like maybe it's some new things about the public.
Maybe, but I still think at the end, that old school, you can't cut out them Clippers, and I'm a Laker fan.
Oh man, here you go again. With
I told you last time.
Conversation, man.
They looking good. James Harden, since he been traded over there at the beginning, they look bad, but they gelling now. And since we talking about trades, like he was a big trade that might make them, that might actually could put them over if they can stay healthy. That's how I feel. That was a big trade.
I was real tough on that boy last year, man. Harden, to me, I still feel like he kind of just folded last year on purpose. He might have wanted the tank to get up out that situation. He definitely be playing mind games with the organizations to get where he want to go. But this year he do look revitalized. You know what I'm saying? He hooping. He's still facilitating and shooting the rock at a high clip. So
that was a big trade. So what do you think about the rest of the trades or trades that's going on or that happened before that?
I'm surprised. Like I was definitely big on the Dame joint.
I think you said here first, Dame to South Beach.
I did say that. I thought that's where he was going. He ended up somewhere else.
So is it safe to say that none of your predictions mean anything now?
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna pull some more out today. We're gonna see how that pan out as we get to these later topics. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you though, boy. I think that's some shots fired around here. That's how you feel? All right, my G. All right, but matter of fact, we can't do this right without going ahead and getting to the straight point.
Hey, let's get into it.
It's so two great.
Let's get into it,
man. So come on, pull up. We're gonna keep chopping about this. So we were talking about the trades. I do still like the Dame. They ain't really like, panned out all the way yet. Obviously they just got Doc over there. That's crazy, right? They fired the man.
Shots up, 2-shot minimum. CLTure Cartel.
For sure.
But yeah, Doctor Milwaukee. I know that's your man.
Yeah, I'm critical on Doc too. He ain't won nothing since what? Come on, like what year was that? Like early 2000s.
When he was with Boston, but it was crazy that they fired their head coach and they were second in the East.
Nah, I feel
Like
sorry
you
for
fired that
man.
man, he's second in the East. That's wild. That's wild.
You know what?
So now it's like they saying, "Oh, we championship or what?" Because
it's got to be championship or bust.
Let's just say their record they start doing worse now.
I mean, I don't like the fact that the black man lost his job at the first year when he was doing a decent job.
Second in the East to
30 and 13. That's you know what I'm saying. That's
second
crazy.
in the East to the best team. You know what I'm saying? They went the Boston is number one and they favored to win it anyways.
Good things NBA contract usually be guaranteed, so he at home still getting a check. So I ain't crying about a nigga too much, but it was kind of messed up. Hopefully he get another shot somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else get the coach.
All right. So let me ask you this though: how you feel about that home team trade with Rozier going to Miami?
I like that for both sides. I like that for Rozier. I like that for Miami. I think he actually can relieve some pressure. You know, he can handle the ball. He's a veteran. He done been around for a minute. He done played on good teams with
Him and
Boston.
Jimmy out there.
I mean, they're both dogs.
We talked about the distraction in South Beach though. You don't think Scary gonna go out there and get?
I mean, Scary probably gonna do what he do, but he still seemed to pull up and do what he, you know what I'm saying, show up on the court. He averaged 20 this year, you know what I'm saying, on a bum squad. But I think he gonna fit in really well with Miami. Plus, I mean, he got Spoelstra and Pat down there. They ain't taking too much shit.
So
you know.
The Knicks, they upgraded when they got Anobi. I think they went like 4-0. I don't quote me. I could be wrong, but they went on a little win streak when they got Anobi.
So I think that was a slept-on trade. You feel me? I think Siakam is a slept-on trade too. But I'm liking the shakeup. I think the NBA needs it. You feel me? You know, I think they need some different people at the helm. You know, some of these people, the veterans. You know, your KDs, LeBrons, Currys. They got. I mean, they still in their prime in the essence, but at the same time, we know they on their last couple.
I'm gonna say this here. And I'm going to say like you said it. You heard it here first. CLTure Cartel. That Anobi trade to New York, him and Jalen Brunson, was a big trade. And New York going to be fourth in the East by the time it's over.
Are they going to win any playoff games?
They're going to win a playoff series this year. This nigga trade.
I don't believe it.
New York gonna win a playoff series this year.
Who they match
you heard it here
with,
first. It don't matter. They're gonna win a playoff series this year.
They gonna have to show me, man.
Since we're talking about New York, because I'm gonna say this, the All-Star selections, the starters. I feel like Jalen Brunson was snubbed.
Okay, I mean,
how you feel about that?
I would say, man, it's a tough thing in the All-Star voting, man. You know. You got the coaches voting, you got the players voting, you got the fans get a say. It's clouded.
So the starters is the fans, the players, and the media. That's who votes.
Media person.
That's who votes on the starters.
Did you get a vote?
Yeah, I did vote.
I need to get a vote next year.
Check. You go on NBA.com, All-Star vote, and you get it. It's all good. So that's how it's done. So that's how they get the starters. Now. I like Dame. I do. Dame nice. But Jalen deserve it to me.
I don't like how you said I like Dame. It wasn't enough enthusiasm.
Pause, Dame. Whatever you want to say.
You know, Dame is definitely
nice.
Still
Dame nice.
Top. I would still say
he's still Dame time.
Top three guards in the league. You feel me? Now he on the East, so he done shifted up to
So you think he was deserving of it? Is that what you trying to say?
I think he still got some of it because of the fans, for sure. He's a
so you feel like
he a popular name.
So are you saying that he should have been voted in or he shouldn't have been? I'm saying he shouldn't have. What are you saying?
I'm gonna stand on he should because again, that's the system they use. I didn't make the system.
Okay, so was Jalen Brunson snubbed or not?
Nah, I mean they got really close numbers right now.
Okay. So how you feel about the West? You feel like there was any snubs in the West?
Oh man, for sure, man. I feel like for sure they got some snubs on the West.
Who was snubbed?
Anthony Edwards need to be in the All-Star game starting right now. You feel me? There's no question.
You know what? I can agree with it, but at the same time, who you gonna take out? Because your starters is Bron, Luka, Shea, which is highly deserving of it, Joker, and KD. So out of those five, who you taking out?
I mean, I love LeBron. That's my guy. But it's either going to be LeBron or KD.
And I wanted to hear you say LeBron probably. You know what? I ain't going to say I wanted to hear you say that because I still feel like LeBron should have been in it because it's LeBron. LeBron is the NBA. He's mega. So he's gonna get the fan votes regardless of the fact. But so that's why you can't snub him. KD still, you know how I feel about KD. He's one of the best. But I would take out, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say Anthony Edwards was snubbed because he do have LeBron and KD to fight against. Those are two that he was really. Those are only two that could have been taken out because you can't take out Shea and you can't take out Joker.
Yeah.
And Luka fucking just had 73 the other night.
Oh man, we gonna get to these crazy scores.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so if the motherfucker having 73, what you expect like to go on?
Now let's see. Let's look at the points. Now, KD right now averaging about 28, right? Let's see. Your boy Anthony average about 26. So that's about a bucket here or there. Let's see here. Now, if you look at LeBron, of course, LeBron gonna be way down this list. We know LeBron.
Time out. Fuck all that stat shit. Yeah. You know that shit sometimes, like, people say numbers don't lie, but you can't always put numbers in every conversation that you have. That's what
some of these analysts is going by. You know that, though.
But like I said, the voting for the starters come from the fans, the players, and the media. So it's all about, it's not politics, it's about favoritism. Like, that's your favorite player. That's more people voted for LeBron and KD over Edwards. Simple as that. That's it.
You gotta be likable
and like we said, Luka, maybe, but he just put 73. So
you can't take Shea out.
You can't take Shea. He's having a hell of a season.
Obviously, Luka's is amazing still. You see what numbers he putting up. We're gonna touch on that 73 he just dropped. Let's see. Now, you done sold me because I ain't want to take my boy out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to leave LeBron in there because he still is the face of the league.
He's mega.
And at 39, doing what he's doing.
Exactly. And you know, I'm not even a LeBron fan.
And he's still the best person on the team, which is tragic. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not a LeBron fan, but he can't be out of it. Only person you can take is KD.
I guess KD.
But KD still, but it's the fans still like him a little more than Edwards, I guess.
Because they don't know Edwards, and he played a bum ass town in Minnesota.
How the fuck nobody don't know Edwards? You're right. The Minnesota market.
If he was playing somewhere like in New York or LA or Miami, if he was playing in a big city, Chicago, you already know.
So he need to leave.
He gonna leave it soon.
You think so?
I think he gonna leave.
I fucks with Edwards.
I think he gonna leave soon.
That's a real nigga.
I mean, who gonna
he a real nigga.
Who gonna stay in Minnesota forever? You know what I'm saying? The big ticket had to get up out of there.
Everybody get up out of there.
So
everybody get up out of there.
But we done touched on it a couple times though, man. So let me ask you this question, man. Is 70 points now the new 40? Is this what we living in this era where?
Is it that easy?
Is that easy? Is it?
Hey,
or what?
70 points don't matter what league you play in, the Y, the church.
It's crazy.
70 points is a lot of points.
That's nasty work.
Fuck it, 60 is a lot. At 6, matter of fact, 50. 50 is a lot of points no matter what league you play in. You put up 50 in any league, you fucking putting up buckets.
Even the YMCA league, that's just
50 points is a lot. I mean, I'm saying that this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
NBA niggas might feel like 50 is easy. You know what I'm saying? But 50 points is, in my opinion, is a good amount. But 70, the nigga Luka had 73.
Right. For an NBA player, I believe all of them niggas in their mind think they could drop 50 if they had the right ball in their hand. You know what I'm saying? So,
they might know. What I'm saying is,
but only a few niggas can do this shit consistently for sure.
It ain't too many niggas that's gonna give you 50 in an NBA game on a consistent basis.
For sure.
But in any league, you put up 50 points. If you put up 50 points in a fucking church league, you was fucking ball.
Oh, nigga, I'm holding that.
But if an NBA nigga go to a church league,
my friends, nigga, I'm telling everybody I roasted somebody for
you know what I'm saying? So even in the NBA, if a nigga put up 50, that shit is all over sports. So he went for 50 tonight. But is that shit gonna change now when niggas is putting up 60? Embiid had 70.
Yeah.
Luka had 73. Booker had 70 last season. Dame had 71.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Donovan too.
Matter of fact, are we kind of watching like a golden era of basketball? It's like just a random question off that because it's like, you know, we talk about history of sports and how these things are very rare to happen. But right now we in a spot watching sports where we seeing some great talent come through. Like these are some legends that we watching. 40, 50 years down the line, they gonna talk about these stats and these record-breaking moments. They gonna talk about these people like, your Lucas, your Bronze, your KD. They gonna be like,
matter of fact,
they gonna be the upper echelon.
you're right.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right. So the newcomers.
Like,
What you feel about Wemby?
Oh yeah, so now we're talking about the rookies and shit. So let's get to that. I mean, Wemby and Chet is all it is. Like I wanted my boy Scoot to actually come through and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was actually gonna be better than he's been performing.
I heard he went. I don't know because
he's had some injuries.
I don't know because I haven't been following Portland. I don't follow Portland.
Ain't no reason to. They ain't gone.
But I heard they shipped him to the G League for a few games or something. That true?
Nah, he was coming off of an injury. And
so he did go to the G League.
Yeah, it was like conditioning.
I'm glad the home team, Charlotte Hornets, didn't draft that man then.
I mean, I don't
How
know.
you gonna be number 2?
I mean,
number three.
But see,
he was number 3, right? Was he number 3?
He was damn, that's probably right. He was 3.
Yeah, he was top 5.
Yeah, he was he was.
Well, I'm glad the Hornets didn't draft him.
He went 1.
Yeah.
And then they got the dude from Charlotte.
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller went 2nd, and then Scoot went
Okay,
3rd.
so I'm glad we didn't get Scoot because we cannot afford to send a motherfucker to the G League. Cannot afford to send a motherfucker to the G League.
I mean, Brandon have been up and down too though.
He ain't went to the G League.
You know what I'm saying? He been missing my parlays every now and then though. You get it together, man. Yeah,
Which one you on?
I need at least 15 every game.
Where you be betting at?
Man, I just a little here and there. You know what I'm saying?
You on FanDuel? You on Prize Picks?
I do a little bit of Prize Picks. You know what I'm saying? FanDuel, but my homie put me on what's it called? The Bovado joint? The Bovado, something like that. Y'all look it up. I'm sure y'all can find it. You feel me? Get your bets in when you
Hey,
some
you
money.
see how I threw that shit in? One of the motherfuckers might want to try to holler at us.
They need to. I'm just saying. We
shouting out whoever want to fuck with us.
I'll be on your platform. You took plenty of my bread with these parlays, so I need you to.
So who you got? Chet or Wemby then?
Man, so I'm gonna tell you I would say that if it's fans included in this conversation too, just off that type of popularity, Wemby should win it because of how the narrative of the game is. But Chet looks more like a polished person at this moment. But he a little bit older, right? And he got, he might be a year or 2 older. They similar in age, but he had a little bit more experience over here in the States playing with real boys, you know what I'm saying? So
Pause. Playing with real boys. That was real nasty, my guy.
Oh man, damn.
You gotta take a shot for that.
This
man
wild.
said playing with real boys.
Wild, you know
I'm gonna pull you up one for
yeah,
that.
We ain't even gonna talk about that too much. But yeah, he been over here, let me rephrase.
Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my nigga Cam with that.
We been
that
over
was
here.
nasty.
Oh nah, yeah, I got to.
You
shout
want
out
to
to Killer and Cam. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That man said playing
you
with
know what I
boys.
mean? We fans of the show. You know what I mean? So we gonna salute for sure. But yeah, man, he done play real, real basketball over here in the States. So he done had probably different type of competition that makes more sense to the NBA.
What I will say about Wemby though, he always makes sure that he's present on every play. Like you might go down there and dunk that shit on his head, but guess what? Next play, he coming back and he gonna make sure you know that yeah, you did that, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So I will give him that, and I want to give him time to develop. But also, I think he was done a disservice to the league because when he came in...
Why you say that?
Because when he came in, they were saying he's the next generation talent. That's a lot of pressure on somebody. You know what I'm saying? They were saying he's the next LeBron. He's not because they only won 8 games.
Nobody's definitely the next LeBron.
I mean,
we definitely see what he did in his rookie year.
And Wemby's only got 8. What I will say is he really don't have help, so that record... People could say they got good players around them. Those are good players, but can you name 3 players on the Spurs?
I can because I'm a fan of basketball, but they're not no household names.
I'm a fan of basketball, but I don't know 3 players on the Spurs besides I know Trey Jones,
Keldon Johnson,
I heard his name.
Vassell. You got the Sohan dude who they try to use as the point guard.
That's
a little dude with the different hair color. He like the Rodman type nigga on the team. You feel me? But so I can name a couple, but I
can name more ladies basketball players than I can name Spurs basketball players.
Hey, well, matter of fact, the ladies is getting a lot of run right now in this industry. You feel me? So we gonna talk about this college scene because there's a lot of shit going on in college basketball, but the women seem to be the highlight of what's going on.
Dawn Staley is a staple.
Man, listen. So I used to follow Dawn Staley back, when she played ball and shit. I'm old. So we ain't gonna talk about you looking real old with this grade.
Don't do me like
But
that,
we
my
ain't
guy.
talk about that, you know what I'm saying?
Chill.
I don't know what happened over the holidays and the
You know they be stressing me. They be stressing me.
Listen, I got 99 problems, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got a little bit more than one, but you know what I'm saying?
Right, you know what I'm saying? But nah, so Don State definitely got the girls looking crazy. So shout out to South Carolina. You know, they 18-0 right now. If the niggas don't know and not watching girls, basketball.
College basketball, South Carolina.
For
sure. The Gamecocks. But
they lost their whole team though after last year. Like all the starters went off and went to the pros. They all getting a bag right now. So that's even mentorship, leadership. But then she got some new girls coming in. They still smack.
Oh, that girl Full Wiley, that freshman. I don't know if I said her name right, but she's a dog.
Man, listen. I watched the second half. I ain't know the game was on, but I missed what they said it was the most highly watched game in a while.
The Thursday night, that was the most watched sports event that night. Like, and that's big for college girls. Like, that was the most. They had like 2.1 million viewers or something like that. Okay. And that was the most, like, NBA was on. Other boys basketball was on.
What night it was on?
Thursday night. Like,
Thursday night be popping for sports.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that was the most watched sports event of that night. You know what I'm saying? And they played against LSU, and they beat LSU.
I seen the second half. Angela Reese, she was doing all right, but she was in foul trouble.
She fouled out, and that's when
they was
USC turned. That's when they turned it on. But end of the day, Dawn Staley, they done beat LSU. She like 15-0 against LSU.
Well, that says enough. You know what I'm saying?
But it was still a big game because I'm gonna ask this question: was it that big of a game because it was Angel Reese, or was it because of Dawn Staley? Was it because LSU USC, or what? Because Angel getting that bag.
I'm gonna go with the latter. I think it was just the hype of the matchup. But we talking about bags. Angela definitely getting to that bag right now.
Angel.
Damn, I be saying her name right all the time, don't I? Anyway, I'm gonna just call her Reese, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Reese be doing the thing for sure. We already know she getting to that money on for sure.
She definitely getting the bag. She like one of the highest paid NIL collegiate persons out there.
I ain't really know that. I might look up her net worth and stuff. Is she single? Well, she in college though.
She might be too tall for you, my dog.
She a little too young too though. That's crazy.
Yeah, she probably. I don't know how old she is.
I was just thinking about the money though. I was like, damn, the money sound good.
She a little cute thing too.
I mean, listen. She might could goddamn mess with my nephew or something. Somebody in the family should be the goddamn get to it. But anyway, we gonna talk about a whole different conversation. But she has been. Matter of fact, she got a clothing brand. Like, of course, not just probably one. I heard that she been doing a lot of collaborations, partnerships. You know what I'm saying? So she got her stuff in her clothing in Dick's Sports Goods. I think she the first college kid or college athlete.
Well, that's what I know
to ever have like that happen.
I know with Reebok, Shaq, when he became president of basketball, she was his first signee. You know what I'm saying, to Reebok. So she signed with Reebok.
I got you.
He went to LSU. She went to LSU.
I don't know. Shaq's shoes was trash back in the day, though.
You know what? You know what?
Them shits was. I mean, shout out to Shaq, but them shits was garbage.
But guess what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and because
if you had some Shaqs on the school, you was getting clapped.
I never wore no Shaqs. I didn't want to wear them. But what I will say is,
you was getting.
I think he still made a lot of money off of them. And one thing I can respect about him is the reason he made his shoe. He made them so they was affordable for people who couldn't afford everybody else's shoes. So I respect that shit. Shaq's
shoes was in Walmart, and we all
is that. But he said,
Shaq, we remember. We grew up. We fuck with you. We remember.
But he said he made them affordable for people that couldn't get them, and I respect that shit.
That little holographic, the little,
Yeah, I respect the shit. I definitely respect it. I never wore them, but I respect it because that's what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wanted for him. He wanted it because he came from he couldn't afford everything.
I mean, a lot of people come from the bottom and make it to the top. You feel me? So,
but also about them girls though, we can't talk about college basketball and not bring up the girl Caitlin Clark. What the fuck you feel about her?
A walking bucket.
Definitely.
A walking bucket.
No, she's a walking win. She's a walking win, my boy.
So again, we talked about earlier, just watching, sports evolution, and sometimes you watching history in the making. People don't even be knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Like matter of fact, my lady be always asking this shit, or one of them.
Oh, I was about to say your lady.
I mean, they be asking. I still claim them. You feel me? But they be asking like,
do we need to edit that?
I mean, what for? You know I'm doing now, lab. But so they was like, yo, why you watching sports so much? I'm like, this is actually kind of like history in the making. Like some of the stuff you see on sports be happening in real time. It's real life, and people gonna be talking about it later on. You know what I'm saying? I can say that I was there or I watched it. You feel me? Like that's part of the reason why I like sports. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like happening in real time. You know what I'm saying? But
and so for those that don't know, Caitlin Clark is the guard that plays for Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you don't know about Caitlin, you probably somewhere like sleeping under the rug. You just not a fan of sports, and that's okay.
She was in the championship against Angel Reese last year.
For sure.
She knocked out the Gamecocks, Don Staley them, Showboat, and they had the big deal
She did the Yayo or the who else did it? Somebody else did it before that too.
You know what I'm saying? That's her. But she's a beast. She's a dog. She deserves everything that she does. They just lost.
So the main reason we still talking about Caitlin though, she about to be the leading scorer in women's NCAA history type jump. She can like average about 30 or something like that, and she gonna hit number one. And 30 easy for her. She averaging 30 right now, nothing. So it's like that's pretty much to be on the foregone conclusion type jump. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, this is why also LeBron is my guy. I gotta keep bringing it back to this. You feel me? Caitlin looking like a young LeBron out here because she also is on the assist list. You feel me? All time in history. She in a triple-double list in history. So she ain't just getting buckets shooting the ball. She also passing that rock. She getting rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like
she definitely is.
She doing a little bit of everything.
She definitely got her hands in every part of her basketball game and Iowa's success.
I wonder if her parents ever played some sports. Cause sometimes people be having like their kids now be getting passed down like they got the stuff early. But if her parents never played no sports, then she definitely is a freak of nature. You feel me? Like
you think if you have kids, your kids gonna be good? Is your genes like that?
Nigga, you ask me that type of question. Ain't you a Johnson? Then you got to respect it, then. Hold on, cause this is good on. You was definitely tripping asking me that question, like for sure. But I'm gonna try to put it in them if they want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them my options. Man, in fact, I'm gonna put my kids in different sports, all of them.
See, my kids probably would be on some. They would be good as fuck, but I know they're gonna be some short ass bastards.
I was about to say that shit, but I'm glad
don't do that.
I'm glad you know that.
They're gonna be some little motherfuckers that's got some shit going.
Well, you might want to find you Angela Reese or somebody who a little.
I like me a little stallion. Pause, but
All right, so there you go.
You know what I'm saying? I like them.
We'll catch yours next.
You know what I'm saying? So
man, so shout out again to all the women in college basketball right now. We talking about matter of fact, a quick shout out to Juju.
Ooh, yeah,
the new freshman.
That little pretty thing
at
UNC.
Yeah, she dropping dimes out here.
She doing her thing. Yeah, I think she's gonna be the next. She's gonna be the face of college basketball next year.
We're gonna put a little shot in the air.
She gonna be the face of college basketball next year.
For sure. Definitely after Reese and Caitlin gone, y'all will be hearing about Juju. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So it's about halftime now, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and pour one more. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling spicy, so we gonna go ahead and turn up a little bit.
Hold on, my boy's feeling spicy.
A little spicy, you know what I'm saying? It's a good Saturday. Matter of fact, tomorrow is all the major games. I know you're ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
I've been waiting to get on this conversation here with you because I ain't even talked to you about who gonna win anything, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna jump in that a little later. We're gonna talk about.
Man, we already know who you're riding with, man. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get in that in a second after we take this
2 drink minimum on the CLTure Cartel. You feel me? You come through. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for tough questions and real conversation.
So, as you finish your shot, let me ask this question: how you felt about the season this year?
Well, my Cowboys is out, man. I'm still riding with my boys, man, but every fucking year.
Y'all still them boys?
We still them boys. You seen how we still.
So time out, what the fuck does we them boys mean?
I mean, shit, you still know we motherfucking America's team. We stay fly. We stay with some of the best talent still.
Hey, you know what's
Jerry
so funny
Jones,
though? No time
Jerry
out.
Jones getting all the money on.
You know I always cut you off, but I seen some shit that said, y'all really ain't been them boys since y'all really was them Coke boys.
I mean, listen. I mean, Jerry was doing this thing. There's a lot of wild stories back in. You know what I'm saying? Big D, pause. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
It's like
you got some moments, my guy.
That's what they call it down there, though. You know what I'm saying? If you been to Dallas?
I haven't. I've been to Houston and I love it.
Dallas is a fun city too, though. You
Okay.
feel me? Matter of fact, Dallas. I had a good time in Dallas.
All right, so who you think that really who disappointed you this year in the NFL besides the Cows? The Cows.
I mean, the home team, man. Charlotte, disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what's going on with the ownership, the coaches. You know, Bryce Young, he still looked. He looked kind of like young. He didn't look like he's supposed to be.
So would you put that on
with other grown men?
Okay,
this year?
So would you put that on him? Would you put that on the organization, the line? Because I think he had his moments, but at the same time, I really feel like he was just a little guy out there, and his line was trash.
They is trash.
So now when you in the pocket and you back up and you got 4, 5, 6 foot motherfuckers coming at you, and now you got to run for your life and still throw that thing. Like, I think that. Like I think it was a combination. I don't think he played bad. I just think he was just in a bad situation.
I was about to say, like Kevin Hart say, man, we ain't look good as a unit. if you remember that joke,
yeah.
You feel me? Like they don't look like they got pieces together that match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think that they was for me they wasn't a letdown. To me.
So you expected them to be trash?
I didn't expect them not to win that. I thought they would still win a division. You know
right.
what I'm saying? And we'll talk on that a little bit in a few minutes, but we need to go ahead and say this. This is my disappointment. I think that the Eagles was a disappointment. The Cowboys kind of, because the Cowboys, to me, I know you're a Cowboy fan, but the Cowboys going to be the Cowboys. I think that everybody know that every year the Cowboys, they win their first fucking 8 games, and then this our year. I think since I've been like 9, they've been saying this is our year. This I just want. They say that y'all say that shit every year, bro.
I just want.
When is it not gonna be? Are y'all ever gonna not have a year?
I just want people to understand how hard it is to win a Super Bowl. I mean, as you like, it's not like people be having runs.
But y'all ain't won one since you've been born.
Nah, damn, that's crazy. I'm an 80s.
Like, how hard is it?
So I seen at least
Patrick Mahomes won. How many Patrick Mahomes won?
I seen at least 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? But Patrick got 2.
How many did the Steelers? Like, I mean, you said I'm not saying it's easy, but. You saying it's hard, like the Steelers didn't win a few since you've been born. I done seen 2 Ravens. I done seen Patrick Mahomes win. You know, I done seen Tom Brady win all of his. So what the fuck are you talking about? People don't know how hard it is to win the Super Bowl. You making all the excuses for a Cowboy fan.
Talk that trash. So y'all came out in '96. That was '96. Y'all done won 2 Super Bowls in 30 years. That's obviously not great numbers. That's how hard it is.
You said 30 years?
It's like 20, 30 years.
You said the Ravens been 30 years?
It was, what year it came out? Was it 96 or 2003? What year was
it? It don't even fucking matter.
Because that's 20, 30 years. You got 2 championships.
So how long the Cowboys been
we've been around since probably the early 50s.
So y'all been around 100 years and won 4?
We got 5. That's right.
100 years and got 5.
And it's only
100 years and got 5.
There's only 2 other teams in the history of sports who got more than
them Squealers.
It's only 2 teams.
The Squealers and the Patriots.
So how you gonna knock us off like we ain't still some of the greatest? There's only 2 teams who got more championships.
Because y'all shit
in the history of football.
The reason is because y'all haven't done it in like the social media era, the modern era.
We had a drought.
Not area, the modern era. Y'all haven't done it in like when shit matters. Like you don't.
What you mean? All them other championships matter. When it counted in the Super Bowl, we won them Super Bowls.
You a Cowboy fan. I even said the Squealers, and I don't even like them clowns.
So it's the same. It's the same thing.
So matter of fact, you're right. You're right. I'm not arguing with no Cowboy fan.
It's the same thing.
You know what I said? This is time out. Time out. You know what? You got
the people gonna tell you. So look in basketball. You got the Lakers and you got the Celtics. You feel me?
We talking about
most of their championships they won was like in the early '60s and in the '80s. The Celtics ain't hardly won no championship since then, but people don't be like they not a dynasty or a legacy.
You making me take shots.
They
with all
say
this.
that Boston is a legacy team, but they ain't won no championships in the last like 40 years, maybe like once or twice, bro.
You done?
And I'm just telling you,
done?
That's how hard it is to win a championship.
Can I talk now?
That's why we great still.
You know what? We're gonna get somebody in here to shut you up
It's all
and
good.
to shut me up, and then so we can go.
But
But
go ahead. You on the same page now.
So what I'm saying is, at this point, yes, y'all won them back then, but in this time, it's like the Squillers won, the Patriots won. Y'all haven't won, but y'all still keep saying we them boys. Like that's it. Like when is that shit gonna end, bro? Like, and it's not even. We need to get off this subject about we giving them motherfuckers too much attention.
Because it's deserved.
It's not. So at this point, are y'all gonna fire Mike McCartney or what? Like,
I would say they brought him back, but it's a whole conversation. So, a matter of fact, let's talk about what should have happened with these coaches changes.
So should y'all have fired Mike McCartney?
Yes, I want him gone. You feel me?
You want him gone?
I want him gone. I'm a fan,
but you don't mean shit to nobody in this fucking NFL.
If I had a fan vote or player vote, coach vote, announcer vote, I still tell his get his ass out of there. You know what I'm saying? But they brought him back. But some other.
So are y'all gonna fire Dak?
I mean, unfortunately, we still tied to Dak and some money.
I don't mean fire him, but y'all gonna trade him,
cut him, whatever. Nah, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is getting old. You know what I'm saying? His thought process is maybe a little bit.
I can't even fucking rock with the Cowboys because Jerry Jones was out there on the front line saying, "Don't let these black folks
kneel." He also at the same time the same person that's sliding them, letting niggas a little bit of money on the table, letting them do what they do. Allegedly. Okay. So
we see him factually.
We see
front line.
On front paper, yeah. I ain't like that shit, right. You feel me? But it is what it is.
But you for the coach.
Hold on.
I'm
now.
fucking with you.
Don't go there, nigga.
You know I throw some shots. You know I throw some fucking shots.
Alright, we gonna shoot something. Shoot them up.
You know what I'm saying?
But check this out though. I ain't like none of that. To be a fan of the NFL anyway is tough.
And he was the same one saying, if you don't about the whole flag shit and standing and taking a kneel and shit when.
Oh no, Jerry is.
But
Jerry was at the fucking 1960s.
Don't
he
tell.
He was in the picture.
Oh, you play with the Cowboys. You better not.
Jerry was in the picture. He was in the picture.
You got it, big dog. You know what? One of my New Year's resolution was. I ain't arguing with no Cowboys fans. I ain't arguing with none of these bald head baby daddies. No bald head baby mamas.
With baby daddies and baby mamas.
I argue with all these people about dumb shit, but in 2024, I said, you know what? I ain't doing that shit because that shit is corny. A Cowboy fan cannot argue with me.
Listen, we still got 5 championships and you got 2. So when you catch up, you can have that conversation.
All right, but before we get the championship, we still talking about who getting fired and who got hired. How you feel about Harbaugh, whatever the fuck his name is?
Jim. Yeah, Jim.
Going to the fucking Chargers?
I mean, first Jimmy had to get about the college.
Congratulations, he won the Michigan.
He
won at Michigan and won the national championship in college.
The kids won.
You think he was a good coach?
I mean, no, I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying that
he went to the Super Bowl against us and lost.
People don't be putting respect on the kid's name like they ain't the one on the field actually putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? That's why these.
I don't think that. I don't think that nobody's not giving them credit.
They still had to put that work in. So I'm gonna get a team credit. You feel me? Not just Jim. But at the same time, he had to get up out of there. You know, obviously it's getting a little muddy with his situation.
No, and I'm gonna say this shit. I'm gonna say this shit too. And this is a little bit off topic, but I'm still mad at the fact that they did Florida State football team like that. Not saying they would have won the championship, but since we talking about when Jim Harbaugh won the fucking national championship, Florida State, they got done a disservice with that whole fucking bowl selection shit. That was some bullshit. I don't even like Florida State no more. I'm a Miami fan. I used to fuck with Charlie Ward. Peter Ward was my guy. But they should not have been not selected just because their quarterback got hurt. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, that
was bullshit, bro.
I don't really deal too heavy in the college football. It's too many politics, too many teams, fan favorites. People got other agendas going on, family favorites. So, it's just too much. So I stick to my pro sports. What I'm saying?
All right, so
I like a little college basketball here.
So what? So anybody gonna hire Bill Belichick then?
I don't think so. I think Bill about to sit out for like at least part of the season. I think that Bill gonna have to like see how the landscape go. Like we passing a new guard type shit. There's some people that don't really like how old school Bill is, and not just old school. He also is very hands on in every part of how operations work. And like what I'm saying, people don't really like all that and they mix right now. So I think that he gonna be sitting out. I do want to shout out all of the couple of black coaches who got hired recently. You feel me? So Raheem Morris of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Jared Mayo, who played for the Patriots, who now the coach of the Patriots.
Respect
you feel
that
me?
shit.
Antonio Pierce got the Raiders job, which he was the interim coach for.
Hey, and he went out there. I don't remember who they played, but he put up points.
No.
They carried that and was like
in the first game. He was like
the first. They was like, what he gonna take it? Like, nah, fuck
Smack
that
him.
shit. Like, nah, I'm coming here and I'm what the fuck that little nigga King said.
Yeah.
I'm standing on business.
For sure.
I'm standing on business.
But see, he was a player, so players can
Like,
relate to his
fuck
energy.
that shit. We having fun.
Sure.
Like, he wanted to make sure. Hey, but shout out the home team too. Like, I don't know what the fuck Dave Canales. Or I don't know if I said his last name right, but what he gonna do for y'all? For us? For the home team, Charlotte. What he gonna do for us?
I'm a Cowboys fan, but I still rock with the home team. So you already know. I really don't know what to expect from this.
Damn, I'm not out of drink, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. Matter of fact, my G, you know what I'm saying? Like, to keep it a band, they ain't fixed their holes in their offense yet, right? So until they fix all the situation with the line, getting some more pieces around Bryce Young, you feel me? Like, he's not that mobile. He's mobile enough, but he's not like super athletic where he can be out there on his own. So they gotta get him some help. And to that part, I don't know what he gonna do with it. He just putting together a little puzzle. But you know what I'm saying. But Belichick, to get to that though, I'm still gonna say.
You think he done?
Nah, he gonna have to sit out for I think he gonna like half a year or something. He gotta wait till somebody.
But you know what? Going back to this topic here, your predictions don't really mean shit.
It don't matter,
bro.
We gonna see.
Prayers, your shit is like.
Listen,
you said.
First of all,
damn.
I just stand on business.
All right, King.
I just stand on business. I say what I mean. I just stand on business, my G. You feel me?
But at the end of the day, though, we talking about NFL. Coming up, we got the AFC Championship. Patrick Mahomes versus motherfucking Lamar Jackson.
All right. So
who the fuck you got winning that? Just who you got?
I'm going with Lamar. You feel me? I like both. You feel me? But I'm going with Lamar. You feel me? I think Lamar, matter of fact, gonna probably win this year's MVP. Right? You think so?
You asking me that?
I mean, you think so?
He fucking better.
I mean, are you just being biased, or are you speaking on some factual information?
Okay, so getting into that MVP race, it was Lamar, Josh Allen, I think maybe, Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and Lil Dak.
Dak is in there, yeah.
Lil Dak.
Yeah. Lil
so,
Dak. Wait, y'all put it.
Lil Dak. So boom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lamar fucking smacked the shit out of fucking Purdy. Well, matter of fact, I'm gonna take that back. The motherfucking Baltimore Ravens defense showed that Purdy. Everybody keeps saying he's a game manager, and he's not really that good. I think he's good because at the end of the day, yeah, you got all these weapons, you got this good line, you got everything, but you still got to do it. And he did it. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing it. Mm-hmm. Now, whether you want to call it a game manager or whatever the fuck you want to do, that's everybody's opinion. What we talking about now, this is just shit. This is us just sitting here talking shit, whatever, just having fun. We just sitting here now, motherfuckers is just putting us on camera. You know what I'm saying? We just the shit we was doing, we're gonna link up, drink. We're gonna link up, drink, blow, whatever the fuck we do.
It's part of the culture.
And that's all it is now. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have this conversation every time. We're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about whatever going on. And that's just all that Purdy conversation was. People say he's a manager, a game. Yeah, he might be, but he still was doing it. You can't sit out there and say that he's sorry. You can't say that shit, but the nigga still got it done.
The only reason I'm gonna give Purdy some grace because he only been in the league a couple of years, right? But he is definitely on a good ass team. You feel me? So they praise the coach, Mike Shanahan. They praise Debo. They praise Kittles. They praise McCaffrey. Actually, McCaffrey is the star of that team, regardless. You know what I'm saying? All them people,
I get that, but my thing is,
so it's like
in any sport,
and then the defense is automatically top 10 or top 5. So
but
it's like
I get that, and I'm not a Purdy fan. I'm definitely not saying that. But what I'm saying is like, you still have to be able to stand up to that shit, whether or not like. It don't matter. Like it's people. It's a lot of people. Like matter of fact, for example, the nigga Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland. The nigga had Odell. He had Landry. The defense was good, but it didn't equate to what the fuck they needed to be. You know what I'm saying? Purdy is.
Landry was nice. Odell was already burnt. Odell burnt right now.
You know what? When we get in these Super Bowl predictions,
yeah. I mean he on your team, but he only be getting like 20 yards. You know
Odell is doing what we need him to do.
Be burnt and stay out there. That's right. Just be your body out there.
See, that's what I be saying. Like, I be hating.
But I like him though.
That's the thing. Like
burnt.
Purdy. I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback.
He not.
But you can't not discredit what the fuck he's doing, because didn't he go to the
we could swap Purdy out. I mean, before we get into other conversations, we could swap Purdy out with at least 4 or 5 other quarterbacks, and San Francisco be running train.
Possibly, but they may or may not fit.
Nah, swap Purdy out with Josh Burrow,
Josh Allen.
Like, yeah, swap Purdy out with them same weapons. Having McCaffrey, having Debo, with that defense, swap them out. Guaranteed they still be winning. You can put a couple even bums in there, not even bums. You can put a couple of little mid level.
But let's just say
put probably Lawrence in Jacksonville, or even Tua.
Trevor.
Yeah, you could put either one of them.
But let's just say
have the same success.
But let's just say they didn't.
For sure.
Because people have been put in good predicaments and good situations, whether it be football, basketball, hockey, baseball, and they still didn't stand up to it. He's been put in a good situation and he's managing it like he's supposed to. So I guess you can say he's a game manager.
I'm about to phone Baltimore and be like, you seem like you on the wrong side of the conversation right now.
Nah, motherfuckers know. Motherfuckers know I'm solidified.
It sounds like once Baltimore and San Francisco
nobody's ever gonna take my Raven Nation scar.
Purdy gonna smack y'all.
Nobody's ever gonna take this Raven Nation scar. You can believe that.
All right.
However, like I said, Purdy was in the conversation. Dak was in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen was in the conversation.
I mean,
McCaffrey was in the conversation. But who do you feel like should win?
Of course, like I said before, man, I'm going with Lamar, man. First of all, I'm biased as hell already. I ain't gonna lie to you. You feel me? I'm melanated. I want my brother to win this. You know what I'm saying? He deserves it.
Now you melanated. But Jerry can say, "Don't take that knee, or you gonna get."
Now Jerry can do what he wants to. It's a private business. That's you can get fired tomorrow. That's the nature of the beast. But
switching up, bro.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We back to Lamar. Lamar gonna win that joint. If Lamar don't win it, they gonna give it to McCaffrey.
Which you know what? At the end of the day, like McCaffrey had a good season. He really did. So that really should be the only conversation. You know what? Your little man Dak, he had a good season too.
Dang.
They just
you keep talking to a grown man like he little and you the shortest nigga in the room. That's crazy.
See,
crazy.
So now
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Shots like it's cool, but it's all good. But what I'm saying is, if Lamar don't win it, they're gonna try to compensate it with giving him the offensive player of the year, and that's some bullshit. Because at the end of the day, we got the best record in the league. You know what? I don't even.
Alright,
I don't want nobody to quote me, but
That's
because
part of the
I
reason
don't
why.
have no facts with nothing.
That's part of the
I'm
reason
just
why
I'm just a person here talking shit with you.
I'm gonna give Lamar the nod on the MVP. All right, so we're talking about what's about to really happen though. We got the championships going on this week, right? AFC, NFC, and then we got the Super Bowl coming up in a couple weeks.
So who you got winning the AFC championship?
I'm rocking with the Ravens. You feel me? Like I think they're a more complete team right now this year. You feel me? Again, I like Mahomes. That's my guy too. You feel me? But at the same time, I want my guy Lamar to win one. You know what I'm saying? This should be his time to come back.
Oh, Lamar, your guy?
I mean, why? Like, this. First of all, I'm a fan.
I was just
of
asking.
sports.
I'm just asking.
This brother, listen. So this is why he my guy. He came out just like he's supposed to be, like a real nigga. But he always been real chill. He don't get no trouble. He got his family beside him. He got his mama representing him, you know what I'm saying, as his agent. And matter of fact, with all the stuff he done went through the last 2 years with fighting for the money, you know what I'm saying, representing himself, coming back this year, getting that full bag, and then going to the Super Bowl and winning one, like that'd be a crazy story. And matter of fact, if he do that, that bag going up, like, you know what I'm saying, that next.
Well, he already done signed
crazy.
his contract, but
the next
end of
time,
the day,
that extension gonna be crazy the next time he get it though. If he can win the Super Bowl right now,
when he win the Super Bowl right now, when he win the Super Bowl
you
right
know what
now.
I'm saying? So I'm going with them.
When he win the Super Bowl, you
Now-
know, I'm all about speaking shit in existence.
But go ahead, proclaim it. You feel me?
So this is how I feel. AFC Championship, I think that. Well, I know the Ravens gonna win. However, if let's just say some bullshit pop off. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say no bullshit pop off. But
Matter of
if
fact, pass me that. I'm gonna take another shot while you talking this.
what I'm telling you is the only thing that in this game, when the Ravens and the Chiefs play, it cannot be no questionable calls at all. Like these refs, like none of the game can ever be questionable. Like if it's anything questionable, then it's rigged because they want to see Taylor Swift out there. That's the only thing. Like I respect Patrick Mahomes wholeheartedly. So if they beat us, cool. But I'm telling you now, if it's one questionable call, then that shit is tainted. Like period. Like straight up. Like I know. Like this is how I feel. Like we should wash these motherfuckers.
That's how you feeling.
I feel like we should wash them. But I still respect Patrick Mahomes.
That's the Chiefs, though.
But I respect Patrick Mahomes, so they actually can win because of Patrick Mahomes and the heroic and miraculous shit he do.
You was just talking about this all
no, listen.
You was just talking all this, what have you done for me lady type shit.
Nah, fuck, listen.
They done won 2 more recently than you have. Or than I have.
Fuck all that shit. This is what I'm saying. Like,
the people to beat.
Nah, fuck all that shit. What I'm saying is,
Chiefs.
Shut. Listen, bro. I ain't gonna tell you shut up because you're a grown man.
You already know what's gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, end of the day, the Ravens, we really should wash the Chiefs.
Nah, y'all got a better team for sure.
However, I'm still not counting out Patrick Mahomes because he is like that. And that motherfucker do heroic, miraculous shit all the time. So, but I don't give a fuck if it's one call that's questionable. That shit is gonna make me feel like,
I mean,
Goodell, your ass is a cheater.
That's the fan in you.
Your ass is a cheater. I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker we sitting there talking about a motherfucking the damn holding on a motherfucking 50-yard bomb. Like, nah, don't have no questionable calls at all. Like
that's part of the league.
Nah, fuck that shit. I don't want no part of no league.
That'll happen. Every game is always a questionable call, especially if you're a fan. But I do want a fair game. I want a good game, and I hope Lamar win, and that's gonna be on the AFC.
And I can respect it as long as it's a good game and there's no questionable calls. None. Like no calls can be
you
questionable.
sound like a real fan.
No,
Right.
go ahead.
So what about the other side, man? You got to face somebody still.
I think like Detroit had a hell of a year.
Okay.
Shout out to their coach. He got them right.
He motivated them.
He's a definitely big time motivator. But I feel like the game manager Brock Purdy and Debo is back, and they're gonna wash them.
That's how you feel. You think both sides gonna be a wash?
But I do feel like San Francisco can wash Detroit because I feel like they having a good year. They had a good ending last year,
now,
and they can win. But I don't think they are. I think it's gonna be a wash. Shout out to Eminem and all these Detroit motherfuckers.
Now, when the culture watch this, they gonna hear you say that you said that the Ravens is gonna wash.
I don't give a fuck.
Mahomes.
The Ravens is.
Now you saying
I know what I said.
Gonna wash
what I said
Detroit.
was. What I said was. Patrick Mahomes can win, but I feel like
I'm just saying.
we should wash.
So now,
And only reason I'd be mad if we lose to them, which we not, is if it's a questionable call. That's what I said. It should not be not one questionable call in that AFC Championship game. Not one. But we should wash them. But I still respect Patrick Mahomes. NFC, I feel like
I'm a super fan right now. I don't
nah,
know
fuck that. Fuck that. End of the day, I still feel like San Francisco should wash the motherfucking Lions because let's just be honest. If it would have been if not counting last week, if it would have been week 5 in the NFL season, would you really been watching the Bucks and the fucking Lions play fucking a game?
I mean, hell no. But that's not the case though. We still right now in the present, and they on a roll.
Okay, still, would you watch if the Panthers is playing, the Cowboys is playing, the Lions and San Francisco playing? Are you gonna watch that game?
I mean, but you asked me about not watching my own team.
All right, fuck the Cowboys. If the Lions and San Francisco playing, and the fucking Dolphins and the Bills is playing because they a big time rivalry this year, which game you gonna watch? The Lions and the San Francisco, or you gonna watch the Bills and the Dolphins?
I'm just listening to you. You still fishing for a hook and you ain't got one yet. You feel me? Like it don't really matter. You feel me? Right now.
McCaffrey is an MVP.
Yeah, this shit good too.
And Purdy is an MVP.
Right now, the Lions is in the NFC Championship with San Francisco. They are one of the best teams playing right now. It's 4 good teams. It's like anything else. There's 4 good teams left.
They played the fucking Bucks.
I mean, the Bucks made it to
the Lions. I'm not trying to discredit the Lions at all. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, they honestly played the fucking Bucks, who beat. They only got in because they won their division, which was the home team, Charlotte. I mean, they were sorry as fuck.
That's how
they played against Jameis Winston. Them.
That's how this shit works. You can't dispute the system though. You know what I'm saying? Just pick,
that division was
just
trash.
Pick your team. Who you picking in the NFC
Panthers,
Championship?
The
who you got, nigga? You got San Fran or you got NFC and you got Detroit? Who you got?
Fucking San Fran, they gonna wash them niggas.
All right, we'll see. Now, Underdog Fantasy or whatever. Anybody want to shout out to us and give us some sponsorships? You know, we on board. You feel me? We support y'all, support us, do y'all thing, and get back to the culture. So, I'm going to Underdogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping Detroit go ahead and smack the San Fran. Now, I'm saying for a couple reasons. You know,
I'm not saying who I want to win. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck about that side.
That's my bet though. That's my bet. That's my prediction. Sometimes your prediction is based on how you feel. Cause you've been rocking with the Ravens when they was losing, and now rocking with the Dallas.
No, I'm a Raven fan, not rocking with them. So, cause you rocking with us now. I'm a fucking Raven fan. Let's get that shit understood now.
Man, listen.
But go ahead, continue.
They came. I was live when they came out too, so I get you. I just ain't switched teams because you ain't from Baltimore to be.
I'm not.
Yeah.
My granddad, rest in peace.
You know, watching football before then.
What the fuck I look like not watching football?
Oh, so you ain't no team before then?
I didn't. I just like players, and then my people was like, "You got to pick a team. You got to pick a team. You got to pick."
That's what happened.
And all my family was still a fan. I'm like. So fucking no way I'm gonna be a Steelers fan.
So
because guess what? Because guess what? I fucking fuck with the U and my boy Ed Reed.
My boy Ed Reed,
Ray
one of my
Lewis.
favorite players of all time. For sure. So that's why I like them too. That's one of my sleeper side teams, you feel me?
Continue on.
It's like your little mistress when you
So you picking Detroit.
You want to cheat
so
on
why you picking Detroit? So are you picking Detroit over San Francisco?
I'm going with Detroit.
So you got Baltimore.
I said it on wax.
So you got Baltimore and Detroit.
That's what I said. I got Baltimore and Detroit. We're going on wax.
I got San Francisco, and I got the motherfucking Baltimore Ravens. And I'm going to let you know this shit right now.
What's up then? Put it on paper.
If that motherfucking referee come up with that bullshit.
You still talking about the ref still?
I'm just letting you know.
I think you.
Some of these people in Baltimore don't play fair. He might not make it home.
You sound like you worried.
I'm not worried at all. I just don't want politics to jump into shit because you know they got Swifty out there and all that shit. That's what they call her group, right? The Swifties or some shit. I don't know, but don't let no questionable call come along with that Chiefs and that Ravens game. But I got the Chiefs and I got the motherfucking San Francisco.
Do you hear him? First
you can chop it up however you want to. Edit it, chop it up, whatever you want to do.
There's one yellow flag for offensive pass interference.
So what's the wager then? So what's the wager then?
What's the wager?
The wager is that the wager you saying Detroit gonna win. I'm saying San Francisco. You want to bet?
What you want to put on it?
You want to put some shots? You want to put money on it?
Matter of fact, we should. Damn, you know what?
You know what? What?
We should let other people decide. But you know what? Next episode we're gonna figure out what the people say. We're gonna let the culture decide. You know what I'm saying?
The culture. So that's all this shit is about. The culture.
Tap in and the people.
The culture.
Know us,
so time out. Go back a little bit. So who your MVP should be?
I just said Lamar.
Mine is Lamar too.
I'm also going with Lamar and the Ravens for the Super Bowl.
All right, bet. And I'm going with Lamar as the MVP. And I'm going with the mighty Ravens to win that Super Bowl. All right, bet. So we on the culture, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's the culture.
So we gonna let the culture decide how many what you lose or what I win or what I win and what you lose.
That's facts. I own that. We'll own that. You already know. We'll shake on that. You feel me? Next episode, you gotta see what the people say. You gotta tune in and check out what's going on.
Shots or we're gonna put a little money. What's the money? What we want to do? 100,000. I know you got big bank, but I'm saying like, you want to put a little weight on it? You know what? We're gonna keep it friendly. We just gonna do it like is 50 a little light bet?
It don't even matter.
So it's 5 shots. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna let the culture decide whether it's 5 shots for you if you lose, or 5 shots for me if I lose, or $50 for you or $50 for me.
All right.
Is that good?
We're gonna let the culture decide.
Good bet.
All right, so bet we're gonna keep it real light in this fourth quarter. You know what I'm talking about? But the fourth quarter of last year to the first quarter of this year been crazy as hell. You feel me? It's been so many hot topics. Matter of fact, it's been so much we can't even really touch on all of them. You know.
But we do gotta talk about your boy.
Of course, we gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck you talking about? We gotta talk about because I know who I'm talking about, but who you talking about?
I don't know, man. You already know that.
Well, just go ahead and shoot who you talking about.
Man, Diddy, I don't know what's been going on.
You know what? He was on my list too. So we good. Go ahead. So what you feel about that shit?
I mean, we watching the change. Like, we listen again. You from the culture. This is like a weird shift in the. You know what I'm saying? What the call this shit is? The paradigm, whatever.
Nah, fuck that shit. We need to take a shot. We need to take a shot because
I'm down with that.
This
kind of heavy right here.
Yeah, this is big time shit because.
So I don't know whose side you on. You feel me? We ain't gonna get into too much of the politics between it. You feel me?
This is just opinions at this point.
It's a real deep conversation.
This is just what I hear from social media. I ain't plugged in with nobody. I ain't nobody. But
if I was, you feel me? You know.
We gotta get your shit up. We gotta get our shit up.
If I was, you would be. You feel me?
We gotta get our shit up. We gotta get plugged in and get some.
Would be. You feel me? Cause we turn into the culture. So
we gotta. You know what?
You plugged in.
Somebody reach out so that we can get some exclusives that we can get plugged in and give it to the culture. However, it ain't looking good for my boy Diddy. I used to be a big Diddy Bad Boy fan. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck that mean? Pause. Like, what the fuck? You look like a Diddy fan, a Bad Boy fan. Like Mason Bethel.
I was a West Coast type fan. You know what I'm saying? Back in that day.
All right, man. So do you think Diddy did all the shit they said?
Outside Seawalker.
So do you think Diddy did all the shit they said he did?
I believe it's possible.
Oh, sure. So you on that shit? They said he did that shit. He did that shit.
I believe it's possible. I ain't say.
You know what? You know what?
Allegedly.
You know what?
Anything possible.
All I can say is, end of the day, I don't want no black man to go down for it, but I still respect these women. Like, I don't want them to be diminished. I don't want them to be ridiculed or none of that shit. But end of the day, I hope it ain't true, but I don't want to discredit those women either because
never gonna do that.
I don't have a daughter. I don't have kids, but I got a lot of beautiful as goddaughters and nieces, and I could not fathom that shit. So I just, like I said, I'm a bad boy. This is tough, and I don't know the facts, and I don't got no plugs or nothing. But end of the day, that's a big thing we're talking about in the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's one big thing we're talking about in the culture.
For that, you know what I'm saying? The culture is all about us, and definitely anything a part of us is about our black women or any other women. You know what I'm saying? So we keep it like that. So we don't know what really happened because we ain't in them type of spaces. And so we hear the same thing you hear, but the shit is kind of weird, and we gotta speak on.
And I love my women. I love them. So I love my black women as far as my nieces, goddaughters, friends, sisters-in-laws, mamas, all that.
Aunties,
you know what I'm saying?
The list go on, grandmamas.
The list go on.
You feel me?
But, so, my boo, she don't know she my boo, but she my boo.
Oh,
Taraji.
Oh, so you claiming to somebody right now? Nobody know?
Taraji, you know what I'm saying? She ain't. We didn't officiate nothing. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I'm saying.
One up.
If I see her, then I'm gonna ask her.
If you ain't officiate this one, I'm gonna use that one. I'm gonna say
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she said. Well, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say she said, but as far as that Color Purple shit went on, how you feel about? I ain't gonna say she said, but it was a little controversial with Oprah and Taraji. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we still talking about black women, right? And so what it feels like is they've been saying they ain't getting their just due. You know,
they've been saying that.
You know, they're not getting paid their worth. You know, in jobs and man, we're talking about the industry right now with the music or acting, and stuff like that. So, I stand with them for sure. You know what I'm saying? I think the things they saying is true.
So you saying the truth? So I'm not saying Taraji said it, but other outlets and social media saying that Oprah was not supplying. They said Taraji said Oprah's not like supplying whatever they need.
Yeah.
So how you feel? You think that that's true or what?
I mean,
and this is just our opinions because we don't know nobody anywhere.
I stand on 10 toes of how I feel, so there ain't no conversation with me. Like, I mean, when it comes to Big O, you feel me? Like, I'm never gonna bash a black woman, but I have my moments where I be just feeling like she disattached from the culture. She's part of the culture, but she's still a little bit attached. You know what I'm saying? She may be a little bit out of a financial pocket that she understand what's going on. Being a billionaire, she moving in different worlds that ain't always part of the culture.
I feel that.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So I be thinking about those things, She a little bit older, so sometimes, things get a little bit outdated, how the culture moving, people don't connect with that. And you know what I'm saying? So I got my different opinions, but I still respect her as a black woman, as an entrepreneur, like, as a lot of different things that you can, she got a lot of accolades you can just put on her head.
So my thing on it is like I said, I don't have no facts. I don't have nothing. All I see is on social media. But Oprah did come on and say, hey, nah, you can ask Taraji. Like, whatever the issue was, we got it handled.
So if you asking me if this was a Super Bowl championship between Taraji and Big O, I would have to rock with Taraji. Cause to me she feel like she more for the culture. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I'm not saying Taraji was lying.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying social media is. I honestly don't know, but so that was just something that for the culture that's out there, and we probably should have discussed. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
You already know.
So
matter of fact, the biggest thing going on for this motherfucking year, for sure.
Hell, if you don't say this shit here,
you know the Cat Williams shit was crazy. Come on now.
my guy.
Like, listen, matter of fact, it was actually pure comedy. It's like real facts, but it's like pure comedy.
And that's what's got me confused with you at this point, because this shit here, this man Cat Williams said.
Come on, now talk about it then.
What Cat Williams said was, and I could be a little bit off because we had a couple shots, but a little bit of what he said is, because you a Cowboy fan, and you know, but part of what he said is crazy to me that you have an unnatural allegiance to losers. That was a fucking that was a bar.
So
and
we're gonna toast all the bars dropped in that motherfucker. So
but that motherfucker, I don't know, like
the fat face on line, the fat face on line.
That shit was funny as fuck.
He got some bars in that motherfucker.
Cat Williams, I don't know. I'm not saying that he said some lies, he said some truth. I don't know. I'm not a comedian at all, but these niggas was tripping.
What I was saying.
And Shay, shout out to him. You need to get your fucking liquor in fucking North Carolina, Shay. Shannon Sharp, get your liquor in North Carolina because I want to fucking drink that shit.
Matter of fact, we should have some of that next time. We gotta figure out how to get it. I don't know where it's at, but end of the day, that nigga Cat Williams funny. So first of all, shout out to Shay. Like he said, the platform to let anybody come on your show and like be who they are, be authentic. That's what we were talking about, the culture. You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself. At the same time, that shit was hilarious. Cat told a whole bunch of jokes and some real type of conversations.
He said,
and shit.
You got an unnatural allegiance to losers.
That's probably my bar, though. That's probably my bar.
Unnatural allegiance to losers.
And that meme is going around right now. Like it's
and he
flowing.
sat back and was like,
and it's flowing. So anyway, this is the CLTure Cartel. You know what I'm saying? You keep watching. Alright, again, you can find me, Prez, at Instagram.
And I'm Lil Tay, Lil Tay J, ALILTAJIG.
You already know. Again, we talking about all the sponsorships. So if you want your filming done, go watch and follow Famous Films. That's FAME us. You know what I'm talking about? It's about the culture. So go get that done. Get your work done if you need to. Any of that stuff. That's what we rocking with. Now go watch and again follow Pretty Girls Link Up. You feel me? Watch that plug and you gonna find us still in all your places. Hey.